In the center of the galaxy, the Grand Council Hall glowed with silver light. It was a place where the most powerful alien races gathered, each one proud, each one certain of their control over the galaxy. The tall pillars rose high like the bones of a giant, and the air hummed with quiet voices. Hundreds of alien leaders sat in their seats, their eyes fixed on the newest guests, humans. The humans stood at the center circle, smaller in number, their uniforms sharp but simple. Their faces were calm, but there was a fire in their eyes. One alien, tall and insect-like, leaned forward and hissed, "Fragile creatures, why are you here? You have no place in this hall." Another alien with glowing blue skin laughed, his voice echoing, "Humans think they can speak among the elders of the stars? You are children, barely learning to walk." The hall filled with cruel laughter. The humans did not move. Their leader, a man with a steady voice, raised his hand for silence. "We did not come here for respect," he said. His voice was calm, but it cut through the noise like a blade. "We came to tell the truth. The Council has lied to the galaxy for centuries, and tonight everyone will see." The laughter stopped. The words were dangerous that an alien elder, old and covered in silver scales, narrowed his eyes. "Lies? You dare accuse the Council?" The human leader pressed a button on a small device. A hologram appeared in the air. Images flashed. Alien fleets burning colonies, secret prisons, wealth stolen from weaker worlds. The silence in the hall turned heavy. Whispers spread like fire. "They cannot show this," one alien shouted. "It is forbidden." "It is not forbidden," the human said. "It is hidden." And now it is revealed. The Council erupted into chaos. Some aliens shouted in anger, some in fear. A few looked at the humans with something new in their eyes, respect. But in the corner, one elder did not shout. He only whispered, his voice trembling, "Fools, do you know what you have done?" The human leader turned. "We have revealed the truth." The elder shook his head. "No, you have broken the chain, and now it will awaken." The words chilled the room. "What will awaken?" An alien demanded. The elder's eyes filled with shadows. "Long before the Council, before law, before unity, there was something else, something stronger than all of us. We buried it. We locked it away with silence. The Council was made to keep it sleeping, and you humans, have shattered the silence." A wave of unease spread through the chamber. The insect-like alien sneered. "Old myths, nothing more." But even as he spoke, a strange vibration moved through the floor. The silver pillars shivered as if touched by invisible hands. Lights flickered above. For a moment, everyone froze. The human leader's voice was steady. "You are afraid. That means it is real." "No," the elder whispered. "That means it is awake." The hall shook again, harder this time. Distant alarms rang across the Council station. A commander rushed in, his face pale. "Report." A counselor demanded. The commander stammered. "Ships on the outer rim. They are vanishing. We lost contact within seconds. No weapons fire. No escape pods. Just silence." The laughter from earlier was gone. Now there was only fear. One of the humans stepped forward, a woman with sharp eyes. "Maybe it is time someone faced this." "Whatever it is, you do not understand," the elder said. "It is not something you can face. It is the first predator, the one even gods feared." The insect alien hissed again, louder, but his voice shook. "Lies to frighten us. Tricks to protect the humans." But deep inside, even he knew the truth. The human leader spoke again, calm as ever. "If the predator wakes, we will fight. That is what humans do." "You will not fight," the elder whispered. "You will die. As we all will." The chamber went silent again, the weight of his words heavy as stone. The humans stood firm. In the center, unshaken, Around them, the greatest rulers of the galaxy trembled that far away. In the darkness between stars, something ancient moved. Its presence was like a storm pressing against the edges of space. The ships on patrol never had a chance to scream. The Elder's final words echoed in every ear. The Predator sleeps no more. The council chamber was no longer silent. Voices rose in waves, sharp and fearful. Some aliens shouted at the humans, others shouted at each other. Old alliances cracked like glass under pressure. The truth the humans had revealed burned like fire, and now no one could control it. Layers! One counselor cried, his tentacles thrashing wildly. You forged this evidence to break us apart. But another alien, smaller with green feathers, snapped back. I have seen those prisons with my own eyes. The humans speak truth. The hall broke into chaos. Creatures from 100 worlds argued, their voices clashing, their pride torn. The humans stood in the center, still and calm, as if they had expected this storm. The Elder with silver scales banged his staff against the floor. Enough. His voice cut through the noise. You fools, while you argue, the danger grows. The Predator stirs. But his words only made the chaos worse. Some laughed in disbelief. Others screamed in terror. Fear poisoned the air. The human leader raised his voice. You see what has happened. Your unity is broken. Your trust is gone. The Predator, real or myth, does not matter. What matters is, this your power is finished. The blue-skinned alien slammed his fist against the table. You dare speak so boldly? Without the council, the galaxy will burn in war. The human turned toward him. His eyes were calm, yet unyielding. Then, perhaps war is better than lies. The statement struck the chamber like a blade. The aliens shouted louder. Accusations flew. Threats echoed. Some demanded human punishment. Others demanded freedom from council rule. In the midst of this storm, alarms blared again. The commander rushed back into the hall, his armor scorched. His breathing fast. We lost 3 fleets, he gasped. They were gone within seconds, not destroyed. Not captured, gone, as if something swallowed them whole. A hush fell. Even the angriest voices grew quiet. The blue-skinned alien's face drained of color. Impossible. He whispered. The Elder's scales shimmered faintly in the dim light. It has begun. The Predator knows the silence is broken. It will come. The insect-like alien hissed, shaking his head. We are stronger now. We have weapons the old races never had. We will fight. The Elder looked at him with sorrow. We fought once. With every fleet, every army, every weapon. And still we failed. We sealed it away, not with strength, but with silence. And you have shattered that silence forever. The humans exchanged glances but said nothing. Their silence was louder than any words. One of the feathered aliens cried out, if this creature is real, then we are doomed. The council was the shield. Now the shield is broken. No, the human leader finally said. His voice was steady, filled with weight. The shield was a cage, and cages break. The chamber rumbled again, harder than before. The very walls seemed to tremble. Lights flickered above, then went dark before sparking back to life. From the windows high above, a black shape drifted across the stars. It was massive, larger than any council warship. Yet it moved without sound, without signal, as if space itself bent around it. Gasps filled the chamber. Some counselors fell to their knees. The commander whispered, "It's here." The Elder closed his eyes. "It is awake." Panic erupted. Aliens rushed for exits, their voices filled with fear. Ships scrambled to launch, their engines blazing. Desperate to escape the shadow now falling over the station, the humans remained where they stood. The leader looked up at the shadow with calm determination. The woman beside him spoke softly, her voice only for him. "It's bigger than we thought. Yes, he answered, his tone unreadable. And exactly as we hoped. She frowned, confusion flashing in her eyes. Hoped? He did not answer. Instead, he turned back to the chamber. Council of the Galaxy, he said, his voice cutting through the panic. You wanted us weak. You called us fragile. But now you will. See why humanity came here. We did not come to beg for power. We came to reveal the truth. And the truth is this: your age is over. The aliens stared at him in disbelief. You brought this? One cried. You awakened it on purpose? The leader's eyes were cold. Steady, we did not awaken it. You did when you chose corruption over unity. But now humanity will face it. And if we succeed, the galaxy will never belong to you again. The elder's eyes widened with sudden realization. You knew. You wanted this creature free. The leader did not deny it. His silence was enough. Outside, the shadow moved. Closer, blotting out the starlight. Its form was unclear, shifting, more suggestion than substance. But every living being felt its hunger. Its endless hunger. The chamber shook one final time as the predator's roar cut through space. It was not sound. It was deeper than sound, a vibration in the bones of every creature, a reminder of fear older than memory. Aliens screamed. Fleets scattered. The galaxy's rulers, once untouchable, COWERED, and in the center, the humans stood tall. The council chamber had fallen into silence again, though fear hung heavy in the air. The shadow outside pressed closer, blocking the stars, stretching across the windows like a storm. No one spoke. No one moved. At last, the elder with silver scales raised his staff. His eyes, old and sorrowful, searched the humans first, then the aliens who trembled in their seats. His voice was low, but every word struck like a hammer. You do not understand what stands outside. It is not a beast. It is not an enemy like others you have faced. It is older than every empire in this room, older than the council itself. It is hunger, given form. One alien shouted in panic, "A myth, that is all. Old stories to scare children." The elder shook his head. "No, I was a child when my master first told me the truth. Long before my people built cities, long before the council was formed, the galaxy belonged to it. Entire civilizations vanished without a trace. Worlds stripped clean, as if eaten. We were not rulers then, we were prey." The insect-like alien hissed, clicking his sharp mandibles. "If it was so powerful, how are we alive? Why are we still?" "Here?" The elder's voice dropped lower. "Because we did not defeat it. We could not. Every race united armies, fleets, weapons beyond counting, and still we failed. Our weapons broke, our fleets scattered. We did not win. We hid. We locked the predator away with silence, with law, with fear. The council was born to keep it asleep. Unity was the key. And now," he turned, his eyes falling on the humans, "you have broken the key." The words struck deep. The aliens muttered among themselves, some glaring at the humans, others staring at the floor with dread. The human leader spoke calmly. "If silence was the cage, then it was always temporary. Nothing sleeps forever." The elder's scales shimmered. "With anger, you do not know what you have unleashed." The human's voice sharpened. "No, we know exactly what we face." The chamber erupted again with voices. One feathered alien cried out, "We cannot fight something like this. We must run, scatter, hide." The insect alien snarled, "Run where? It will follow the scent of fear across the stars." The commander slammed his fist against his chest plate. "Then we fight. We cannot sit and wait for death." "But even..." He looked pale. His eyes betrayed doubt. The elder raised his staff again, demanding silence. "Listen, this predator has no mind you can reason with, no weakness you can strike. It devours, that is all. In the ancient war, it did not choose one race over another. It consumed everything. The humans listened without flinching. The woman, with sharp eyes, finally spoke. If it consumed everything, then how did you survive to tell this story? The elder hesitated. His gaze grew heavy, shadowed. Because we gave it something. A sacrifice. We offered entire worlds to slow it, to turn its hunger elsewhere. Billions died, so billions more could live. That is the truth hidden in the council's walls. Unity was not honor. Unity was fear. A ripple of shock spread through the chamber. The aliens stared in horror, many refusing to believe. You fed it? One whispered. You fed worlds to a monster? The elder bowed his head. We did what was needed. Without it, none of us would be here. The human leader's voice was cold. And you called us fragile. The elder looked at him sharply. Do not mistake survival for weakness. We built peace on sacrifice. But you, humans, you broke that peace. Now the predator comes again, and there will be no more hiding. The hall shuddered as if to confirm his words. A deep vibration ran through the walls, shaking the floor beneath their feet. From outside, another shadow moved, smaller than the first, but equally unnatural. The commander gasped. There is more than one. Through the windows, the shapes grew clearer. They did not fly like ships. They drifted, bent, shifted, their forms impossible to fully see. The air inside the chamber felt heavier, colder. Some aliens collapsed, their bodies trembling as if crushed by invisible pressure. The predator was not attacking yet. It was waiting. Watching. The human woman whispered, Why does it not strike? It could tear this station apart in a moment. The elder's voice was like stone. Because it remembers the silence. It knows. Something has changed, and it is curious. The human leader turned to his people. His eyes burned with purpose. Then it hesitates. That means it can be challenged. The elder shook his head fiercely. Fool, you cannot fight what has no end. The leader's reply was steady, unshaken. Everything has an end, even predators. The aliens looked at him in disbelief. Fear, twisted into anger. You would risk the galaxy with your arrogance? The blue-skinned alien shouted. You came here not to join us, but to destroy us all. The leader stared back. No, we came because we knew this day would come. And unlike you, we will not bow. The hall erupted in arguments again. Some demanded war. Others demanded surrender. A few whispered of fleeing to hidden systems, hoping to survive as scraps. The elder's staff struck the ground one last time. Hear me. This predator's not like any enemy you know. It cannot be bargained with. It cannot be bribed. It cannot be outrun. If you fight, you may slow it, but you will not win. The galaxy will fall as it once almost did. The human leader's gaze turned toward the window, toward the great shadow pressing closer. His voice was calm, but heavy with meaning. Then let the galaxy fall. If it must, humanity will not. The elder's eyes widened, horrified. The aliens gasped, stunned by his words. But the humans stood tall, unshaken, as the darkness outside began to move again. And in that moment, every being in the chamber understood the truth. The predator was awake, and nothing would ever be the same. The predator's shadow lingered outside the council station like a storm refusing to pass. No fleet dared move against it. No weapon was fired. The galaxy's rulers sat frozen in fear, their voices breaking into whispers. But elsewhere in the stars, others were not so lucky. On the far edge of council territory, 3 patrol ships glided past a dead star. Their crews were restless, their voices nervous over the comms. The sector feels wrong. One captain muttered, her reptilian eyes scanning the darkness. No signals, no life, no light. And yet, something is here. Another voice answered. Deep and heavy, stay sharp. Orders are to investigate strange energy readings, nothing more. The third voice broke in, trembling. "Do you hear that? Like a vibration?" There was silence, and then a sudden scream of static. "One ship's signal vanished." The other two captains shouted into their comms. "Report! Respond!" But there was nothing, only silence where an entire crew had been seconds before. Then the second ship's lights flickered, and its sensors went wild. Shadows crawled across its hull, shapes that had no form, moving faster than thought. The crew screamed, and then silence again. Only one patrol ship remained. The captain's voice shook as he sent a final desperate message. "They are not ships. They are shadows. They tear through steel like paper. They are—" His words ended in a crack of static. Then nothing. The council chamber received the message minutes later. The commander played it aloud, his hands unsteady. The screams echoed in the vast hall, ending in silence that felt colder. Then death. No one spoke. Finally, the insect-like alien hissed, his voice high with fear. "It has begun. The predator feeds again." Another alien shouted, his feathers trembling. "We must flee, scatter the fleets. Hide where it cannot reach us." The elder's voice was grim. "Flee where? The stars belong to it. The more you run, the more it follows." Panic spread. Leaders shouted, voices rising into chaos. Some argued for weapons. Some argued for surrender. Some simply screamed. The humans did not move. Their leader watched quietly, his expression unreadable. Finally, he raised his voice above the storm. "Enough. Running will not save you. Fighting each other will not save you. This predator is not your doom, it is your test." His words cut through the noise. Aliens turned to stare at him in disbelief. The blue-skinned alien shouted angrily, "Test? Ships vanish, worlds will burn, and you call this a test?" The human's voice remained calm. "Yes, a test of who will stand and who will break." The elder slammed his staff against the floor. "You speak boldly, human, but your courage is madness. This is not an enemy you can outlast. It will not choose you. It will consume you." But the human only looked at him, unflinching. "Then let it come. Humanity does not kneel." The chamber shook violently. The predator outside drifted closer, blotting out more stars. For a moment, the entire hall darkened as if swallowed by night. Suddenly, a scream echoed through the comms again. Another fleet had engaged the predator in desperation. "Fire all weapons!" One voice cried. Beams of light tore through the void. Missiles streaked across space. For a heartbeat, the stars blazed with fire. Then the fire vanished. The weapons did nothing. The predator flowed through the blasts as if they were smoke. Ships were crushed in silence, their metal shells collapsing like paper in the hands of giants. One by one, the voices cut out. The last captain's words trembled before silence claimed him. "It doesn't kill us. It erases us, as if we never existed." The message ended. The chamber was filled with horrified faces. The feathered alien whispered, his voice broken, "How can we fight something that erases existence?" The elder closed his eyes. "We cannot. That is the truth I warned you of." Yet the human stood firm. The woman stepped forward, her sharp eyes glowing in the dim light. "It did not erase us. It ignored us. Why?" Her question struck the chamber like lightning. The aliens turned, stunned. The elder opened his eyes slowly. "Yes," he said softly. "That is true. It has struck fleets, worlds, empires. But not the humans, not once." The insect alien snarled. "Lies. Trickery. You brought this thing, and now you claim safety from it?" The human leader spoke, his voice steady. "We claim nothing, but perhaps the predator sees something in us that it does not see in you." The elder's voice trembled. "Do you know what that means? Do you understand why it does not touch you?" The human answered coldly. "Yes, it means we are not prey." The aliens recoiled at the words. Some shouted in anger. Others fell into stunned silence. The predator outside shifted again, its vast shadow sliding across the stars. Yet still, it did not strike the humans. The commander whispered, horrified. "It spares them. It spares only them." The elders. Staff shook in his trembling hand. Then it is true. Humanity is not its enemy. Humanity is its reflection. The words fell like thunder. The humans stood taller, their silence saying more than words. Around them, the galaxy's greatest rulers cowered, their fleets shattered, their power broken. And above them, the predator's shadow grew, silent and endless, as if waiting for humanity's answer. The galaxy held its breath. The predator's shadow filled the stars, but at last it began to take shape. Slowly, the darkness folded into itself, forming a body that was vast and terrible. It was not a ship, not a beast, not anything that could be compared to the life known across the stars. Its body shifted like liquid, yet every movement carried weight. Its eyes, two burning voids, opened, staring down at the station. The chamber fell into silence. Every alien present froze. Some could not look at it. Others trembled in terror. The predator's presence pressed into their minds, heavy and suffocating, like a storm filling their lungs. Then something strange happened. The predator's gaze swept over the aliens, past the insect-like creature, past the blue-skinned lord, past the feathered diplomat. Wherever its gaze fell, the aliens collapsed, gasping, clutching at their heads as if their thoughts were being torn away. Screams filled the hall, but when the predator's eyes turned toward the humans, it stopped. Humans did not fall. They did not scream. They stood tall, unmoved by the crushing weight. The leader stared back at the burning void without fear. The predator seemed to hesitate, tilting its vast head slightly, as if curious. The elder gasped, his silver scales shivering. It sees them. It recognizes them. The insect alien cried out, "Why? Why does it spare them?" No answer came, only the sound of the predator's voice. It was not words, not sound, but something deeper, echoing directly inside the mind. Every being in the chamber heard it. "You are not prey." The aliens screamed louder, terrified, as if the words themselves carried poison. But the humans stood still, their eyes steady. The woman whispered, almost in awe, "It speaks." The elder's voice shook. "No. It remembers." The predator moved closer, its massive body shifting through space with impossible grace. Ships that tried to run were swallowed in silence. Yet the humans remained untouched. The human leader raised his voice, speaking into the silence. "What do you want?" For a long moment, there was nothing. Then the predator's voice came again. "You carry the mark, the same hunger, the same fire. You are not prey. You are kin." The chamber erupted into chaos. The blue-skinned alien screamed, pointing at the humans. "You brought this. You are its children. You are the doom of us all." The insect alien hissed in rage. "Kill them. Kill the humans before it joins them." Weapons were drawn. Guards raised their rifles. Fear twisted into violence, but before anyone could act, the predator let out a roar, not of sound, but of power. The weapons shattered in the guards' hands, melted as if made of wax. The aliens fell to their knees, unable to move under the crushing pressure. The humans still stood. The elder whispered, horrified, "It has chosen them. It does not want us. It wants them." The woman turned to her leader, her voice low. "If it sees us as kin, does that mean ally or rival?" The leader's expression did not change. His eyes stayed locked on the predator. "We are about to find out." The predator's massive form bent closer to the station. Its burning void eyes focused only on the humans. The voice entered their minds again. "Rise or fall, hunt or be hunted." The humans remained silent. Their leader stepped forward, lifting his chin, refusing to bow. "We are not your prey. but we are not your slaves either. If you wish to test us, then test us." The chamber trembled. With the predator's response, not anger, not hunger, something else, something like recognition. The elder cried out, "You cannot provoke it. It will destroy us all." But the predator did not strike. Instead, it pulled back, its vast form, retreating slightly into the darkness of space. Yet its eyes still burned, still fixed on the humans. "You are not prey," it repeated. "But one day, we will see who is predator." With that, the shadow stretched wide again, swallowing stars, then vanished into the void. The silence left. Behind was unbearable. The aliens lay gasping on the ground, some weeping, some too broken to speak. At last, the feathered alien whispered, "It spared us. Only because of them." He pointed a trembling hand at the humans, the blue-skinned. Lord rose, fury burning in his eyes. "No, it did not spare us. It marked them. Humanity's the predator reborn. And that means—" He turned to the others, voice rising. "The galaxy belongs to them." Shock spread through the chamber. Some aliens shouted in denial. Others lowered their eyes in despair. The truth was clear. The predator had chosen. The human leader stood at the center, calm and unshaken. His final words carried across the chamber like a blade of steel. The galaxy feared the predator's return. You were right to fear. But the predator does not come as you expected. It stands here now, in human form. And the galaxy will never be the same. The chamber was still trembling from the predator's departure. Silence stretched across the vast hall, broken only by the heavy breaths of terrified aliens. Their eyes darted to the humans, wide with fear and suspicion. The blue-skinned lord's voice shook with anger. "It called you kin. It spared you while it crushed us. Do not pretend you are innocent. You brought this curse upon us all." The feathered alien rose slowly, feathers bent and broken. His voice cracked. "No, not curse. A choice. The predator has chosen its mirror, humanity." The insect alien hissed, sharp limbs clattering against the floor. "Then destroy them. Now, before they rise against us. Before they finish what the predator began." Weapons were drawn again. Blades and rifles pointed at the small group of humans, standing at the center of the chaos. But the humans did not flinch. The woman stepped forward, her eyes scanning the trembling crowd. Her voice was calm but carried a steel edge. "You fear. U.S. because the predator looked at us and saw itself. But you should ask yourselves why." The elder's silver scales glimmered faintly as he leaned forward. His voice was hoarse. "Yes, why? What are you humans? What have you done to earn the gaze of that monster?" The human leader's expression hardened. He spoke slowly, letting each word fall heavy. "We survived. That is what we did. For centuries, on a small blue planet, we fought storms, beasts, fire, hunger, and war. Every trial shaped us. Every scar made us harder. The predator saw us and knew. We are what it could never destroy." The aliens shifted uneasily. Some backed away, their fear growing. The insect alien screeched, "Lies! You are frail, weak flesh and fragile bones. You should not even be here." The woman's voice cut like a blade. "Yet here we stand while your kind falls to your knees." The words stung like fire. The aliens roared in protest, but deep down, they could not deny the truth. They had seen it with their own eyes. The predator spared the humans alone. The blue-skinned lord shouted, voice filled with venom. "Then you will not stand for long. If the galaxy must burn to keep humanity down, then so be it." He raised his weapon, but before he could fire, a deafening sound filled the chamber. A horn. A warning. The great screens above flickered to life, showing the stars beyond. Shadows moved across them, not one, not two, dozens, hundreds, more predators. Chamber shook with screams. Panic spread like fire. The feathered alien collapsed, whispering, "It was only the first. And now the others come." The elder's voice was broken. "It is not one predator. It is a storm." Fear turned into chaos. Some aliens rushed to escape. Others prayed, trembling where they stood. The insect alien tried to rally his guards, but their courage was gone. The humans, however, remained still, calm. Their leader raised his hand, and the woman pressed a device on her wrist. At once, human warships appeared outside the station, sliding from the darkness like steel beasts. Waiting in silence. Massive carriers, bristling with weapons, locked into formation. Sleek destroyers hummed with power. A fleet far larger than any alien had expected. Gasps filled the chamber. The elder's eyes widened. You were ready. You knew this day would come." The leader's voice was sharp as steel. "For years we watched. We listened to your warnings, your fears, your old stories of the predator. But while you trembled, we prepared. Humanity does not wait for mercy. We build our own." The woman spoke, her voice rising over the alarms. "The predators will come for all of us, but only humanity will stand against them. You can fight beside us, or you can fall without us." The aliens looked at each other, torn between fear and rage. The insect alien hissed, "And if we refuse?" The leader's eyes were cold. "Then you are already prey." The chamber fell into heavy silence. The truth could not be denied. The predators were coming, and the humans were the only ones who had not broken under their gaze. Outside, the shadows moved closer. The first predator forms stretched across the stars. Their voices rumbled through the void, shaking every ship, every soul. The human fleet opened fire. Blazing beams of light cut through the dark, striking the predators head-on. Explosions lit the stars. Alien crews gasped as they watched something they had never believed possible, predators staggering under human fire. Inside the chamber, the humans stood tall as the station shook from the battle. The elder whispered, awe and fear mixing in his voice, "You are not just survivors. You are the new hunters." The leader gave a single nod. "And the hunt begins now." The battle raged outside, a storm of light and shadow. Humanity stood at the front, their ships blazing against the endless dark. The predators had returned, but the galaxy was no longer the same, for where others saw only prey, humanity had risen, and now the predators would learn what it meant to awaken the wrath of mankind.